I was absent for a couple of days. I was a little bit sick and I was busy, so I didn't make any video. But I have a lot of questions from my subscribers and mostly related which keyboard to buy. Some people are thinking between which Korg they should buy, some people which arranger they should buy. Some are still talking about Roland BK7, BK9, about other keyboards. So I will try to give you answer my opinion about present situation in arranger world. We are in mid 2024, May 2024, and now we know most things about every of those keyboards, about Ketron Event, about Yamaha Genos 2, about Corg PA 5, about other instruments. We did compare them. We know a lot of things. We learned a lot of things during this period of time by playing on those instruments. And now I will tell you my experience. First, I will try to answer your question, which Korg is the best Korg for you? If you want to buy Korg, but if you don't want to spend a lot of money, and if you want to buy an instrument that is going to do pro job for you and you will be satisfied, you can buy Corg PA 1000. It is a great instrument, it sounds great, it will give you a lot of pleasure, a lot of possibilities, and in my opinion, if you are thinking about the best arranger for reasonable price, there is Corg PA 1000. You cannot find anything in this price range that will give you so much great things. So I really like that instrument. I don't play that instrument because I like to use something that is on higher level, and that instrument is not on very, very high level if we are talking about feeling, about options, about everything, but it is on great level for that price. Better than Corg PA 1000 for Korg users is Corg PA 4. It's a great instrument, professional arranger, a lot of features, and we know already a lot of things about PA 4. Amazing choice, amazing instrument, and for a long, long time, it could be choice number one for many of you. If you are looking for the best Korg, that is definitely Corg PA 5. It sounds better than Corg PA 4. It has more options than Corg PA 4. It is missing some options, but if you put everything together, what you will get and what is missing, then Corg PA 5 is better choice than Corg PA 4. And all those people who are just talking a lot of bad stories about PA 5, yeah, that is correct. There is a lot of problems. There is a lot of things that should be solved. Many of them are solved, but many of them are caused by you people, because you know that that instrument is not compatible to PA 4 and you are putting everything. You just want to take everything and put together. Same like people who want to still put some old material from Audia on their way in Ketron Event X. Difference between Audia and Ketron Event X is more than 20 years. Imagine somebody who wasn't born at that time and he's now finishing university and getting married, and that is difference between those two instruments, between Event and Audia. You cannot compare anymore those instruments. So Ketron Event is new generation, modern instrument, and Ketron Audia is something that was nice at their time and something that people still like. They can like that, of course, but you cannot compare it with Ketron Event. And you cannot use those materials on your way thinking that you know what you are doing. And after that, when you have freezing of the keyboard, you are blaming Event instead of yourself because you made mistakes. If you want to use that material, you have to buy it from a Ketron site to use all their material on new instrument, because they have to do some job if you want to use it, and especially if it's their job that they have to do with loops. So that is what you have to do. Now, if you are thinking about Yamaha products, I really like Yamaha Genos and Yamaha Genos 2. Both of them, to many, they are the same. They are same instruments. So whatever you want to buy, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. They sound same. It is difference in name, number 2, and difference in some features that are, to me, not so much important, but it is excellent instrument. If we are talking about the rest of the Yamaha arranger keyboards, for example, Tiho series or something, PSR, or I really don't care too much about them. And they are not my choice. And don't ask me about them because they are not in any zone of my interests. I just can use them and try them and play them a little bit like I did with SRX 700, SRX 900. They are interesting, but they are not Genos. If you want to buy Yamaha and if you want to buy good instrument, if you have money, buy Genos or Genos 2 if you are a Yamaha guy. If you are a Corg guy, buy Corg PA 5. If you like changes, if you like Ketron, you can buy Ketron. Now, but there is one thing that should be mentioned. Now, if you are thinking between Ketron and Corg, listen to this story. Ketron Event and Corg PA 5. If you have one style that you have on Ketron Event and Corg PA 5, right away, if you are listening to that style, you can say, maybe 90% of you will say, Ketron sounds better. I would say so as well. But now, if you want to use that style for your needs, that style is not for somebody who wants to buy ABBA song and then use that style and play cover song and put it on YouTube and say, look at me playing ABBA. Give me some likes. If you are a person who is professional musician and you want to personalize your keyboard for your needs using your ethnic instruments, using your user sounds, and using sounds that are offered by Ketron, and if you want to adjust them and use them, then you will somehow, if you want to do something on Ketron, you will get in trouble because you will not have tools to do some things. Then you may go and to try Corg PA 5. For example, if you have some instrument, ethnic instrument, and you want to do some EQ and it is your user instrument, Ketron doesn't have EFX. And whoever thinks it is not important, it is important. And whoever thinks, okay, we cannot compare operating system of Ketron with Corg or something like that, don't compare at all. Just Ketron must have that function. Because that function is necessary to have for on instrument that has name Pro, that you are talking that is Pro instrument, then you must have that function. There are functions that you must have and function that you could have or you do not need to have. For example, one of the functions that was very important to me that exists on Ketron but doesn't exist on Corg, it is using K-stop on the way to control timing of instrument, that it will stop, that it will not stop. That option is not same option that when we are using key start and stop together. It is not the same. That is special option that works on Ketron and on Yamaha Genos. On Yamaha Genos on different way, a little bit with more control, but I like that option on Ketron Event, but it is working on the best way, fully with things that I need to control behaving of instrument. If I want to stop it, to start to play. Whatever I want to do, I like it to use it for Ketron Event. So that's why if that function is important to me, I would go toward Ketron Event. If to me is not so much important at this moment to have option to EQ my samples, although I am expecting from Ketron that they will solve that problem as soon as it is possible because I need the function as well. I need it. Now, so Ketron has option to have all those intervals to be used on the simple and best way. I like that, and that could be a reason. Ketron has a lot of nice sounds in real instruments that I can combine with my MIDI patterns. I'm not actually a guy who wants to use all those live guitars and live instruments as a base for my performing. I don't want to do so as that is not my goal at all. I want to have my style based on MIDI patterns that I can do changes on my way whenever I want to do, everything is more flexible to me to use than those loops, but I like to use real instruments just to enrich those MIDI patterns, but I like to have them to get feeling of live performing of somebody that is together with some keyboard player, like live guitar player or live bass guitar player or drummer. So that is something that I like that Ketron has, and it has a very interesting way you can use it. And a lot of another options where I can use a lot of parts. But if you like, for example, to use a lot of variation inside of our variation, like CV1, CV2, CV3, 4, everybody who is using Corg, he knows what I'm talking about. Then Corg will give you there more options, but Ketron will give you those options on another way. Now you have to know your instrument. Ketron will give you those options by, if you go to View and Modeling, Drums. Now you look at, you have real drums, drum set, groove 1, groove 2, groove 3. So plus you have behaving in major, behaving in minor, behaving in seventh. So those options are actually something like CV1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that you have in Corg. Depends only how do you think, what do you want, and then when you know what do you want, and if you know options, you will find a way how to get same result. Many things is possible to achieve from on both instruments, just on different way. Just some things, if they are missing, like for example that EFX for user instrument, that is obvious that that must be there. You cannot do so because it doesn't exist there. It doesn't exist for that bass guitar, for example, or something like that. So there are always advantages on one side, disadvantages, and on another side, advantages and disadvantages. So just you have to think, what do you need? What is best for you? After playing for many years on many instruments and having them, I have now, as you can see, Ketron, I have Genos. Both of them, I will keep both of them. And I will add as well Corg PA 5. When, I don't know still, but it will be here because it has to be here. Now, but what is choice number one to me? To knowing myself, what I like to hear, what is my workflow, beside of everything that I mentioned that I like to have, still I like the most Ketron Event X, beside of those things that I like to have, but I don't have right now. So that is my choice number one, but it doesn't matter what is my choice. Your choice could be Corg, your choice could be Genos as well, and it is your way, just how you think. It is just your way, how do you work? And who is going to sound the best? Again, depends on you. Which styles do you have? How do you play? How do you use them? How do you know your instruments? And how do you perform on your instrument? And that is going to be answer who is going to sound on the best way. There is no rule that if you buy Event, you will sound the best. You will be the best musician. No. If you buy Corg, you will be the best. No. Everything depends on you. How you are using your instrument, what do you know about your instrument, and what is your connection with that instrument. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great day.